I'm going to go through all the basic types of factoring here today. Factoring is probably one of the biggest parts of grade 11 or grade 10 that you needed to master. If you say to yourself, oh no, I'm not good at factoring, that's okay, but you got to learn this weekend. Like this is like your study time for this. Okay. So what's the first type of factoring? What's the topic, by the way? That's a bracket. The first type of factoring I'm going to talk about today is called common factoring. You're always going to try to do this first. What common factoring is when both or when all terms can be divided by a common factor. Or by the same, I can't use the definition of common factor. So that's a bad definition, but that's what it is. So what you're doing is you're trying to divide all terms by something. Once it is, you take it out of the brackets. Okay. So my example one is, or A I want to do, is going to say, let's say 10x to the fifth minus 20x to the fourth. Okay. Don't be afraid, we will not be using x to the fifths and x to the fourths that much in this course. Okay. I'm going to pick me on Chantal. Can you tell me please what both those numbers, both 10 and 20, will divide by? Yes? Anything else? Good? Anything else? 10 is what I was hoping for. No, sorry to leave you hanging there. But the thing is, what you think is because they both have a 0, you should think those can chop right off, okay? So when you try and do these, you're going to divide both the biggest variable that comes out and the biggest coefficient. So the biggest coefficient here was 10, so I'm going to pull that out. Okay, Liam, x5 and x4, what do they both have in them? Good. Anything else? Oh, there's 4 x's of them then, okay? So both of them are 4 x's. Maybe I started too big, that's okay. Right, so both of them have x to the 4th in there. All right, Julia, I'd like to be brave now. And tell me, 10x to the 4th times what gives you 10x to the 5th? Just x, good. Okay. 1x you could write if you really want to write that, okay, right? Because 10 times 1 is 10. x4 times x is x to the 5th. All right, Emily, like be brave, please, and tell me 10x4 times what gives you negative 20x4? Yeah, I will negative 2, but yeah. All right, okay, x4 times that is x4, 10 times negative 2 is negative 20. I'll throw one more on here because not everyone feels confident on that. Let's go 3x 3 minus 6x squared plus. All right, Brad, I'd like to be brave, please. What does 3x cubed, 6x squared, and 9x that should be? Sorry about that. Oops. 3. They all divide by 3. Good. What variable do they all divide by? X. Good. Wonderful. Tremendous, Ethan. All right, Summer. 3x times what gives you 3x cubed? X squared. Good. Robin, 3x times what gives you 6x squared? 2x. Right, because 3 times 2 is going to be 6, and then x times x is x squared. Good. And Carissa, 3x times what gives you 9x? Just 3. Yeah. Now, common factoring you should always try and do. Okay, first, like that should absolutely always be your first thing. The reason we like to common factor is that this is big, this is much easier to deal with. Like this is a huge, big number. X minus 2 is very small to deal with, okay? So you always want to get things as small as possible. That's what common factor does for you. Okay, step, factor number 2 is called difference of squares. Okay, and basically it's going to say if you have x squared minus y squared, that's equal to x plus y and x minus y. To be a difference of squares, three things. Number one is both are square rootable. We're going to say no middle term. And the last term is negative. Bless you. Okay. So difference of squares is something we'll use a lot in this course and in future math courses. Okay, so it says x minus y squared is x plus y and x minus y. All we're going to do is we're going to take the square root of the first number and the square root of the second number. One root will be a plus, the other root is going to be a negative. Okay, that's all that's going to happen. This should hopefully come back from grade 10, I hope. If it isn't yet, it will in about 2 examples, I'm sure. Okay, good? Yes? Sorry, I love factoring. Did I tell you that's my favorite thing to do in math is factoring? I told you that yesterday, so you're going to love. I'm like pumped up. It's hard for me to contain my energy actually right now. All right, good? Okay. Difference of squares. So, let's see. Oops, I should my lesson. Nicole. If I have 4x squared minus 25. Nicole, I'm picking on you first. What's the square root of 4x squared going to be? 2x. What is the square root of 25 going to be? 5. So it's just going to be 2x plus 5. 2x minus 5. If you need to write a side note to yourself, you certainly may, and write the root of 4x squared is 2x, and the root of 25 is equal to 5. Is this coming back a little bit, I hope? No? Okay, that's fine. D, I'll give you one more nice and I'll pick a mean one. Let's say 100 x squared minus 121 y squared. Okay, like everyone take the next 30 seconds of our lives and try that one out. I'll hit pause on here. I'm not going to stop it. Sugar. All right, go ahead, Tristan. Be brave.
10x plus 11y.
Okay, keep going.
10x minus 11y.
So one's a plus, one's a minus. If you did the minus first and the plus second, that's still correct. Right? Remember, you can multiply left and right, and that's no big deal. Okay, I'm going to put a question on here that if you're in Mr. Lacey's class in grade 10, did he teach grade 10? Yeah. Okay, he would have put this on your test. Okay. Letter E is something that's like this. Now that looks frightening. You can do it. I'm going to hit pause again on the video and give you guys a chance to try this out for yourselves.